Hey everybody, it's Jeremy. Welcome back to Pokemon Crystal, where we are playing Ecruteak City. This is turn 9. Let's jump into things. Alright, so we've got a little bit going on this turn. We were able to witness a battle with Vermilion City against Indies, so let's go and watch that real quick. Alright, so Vermilion City looks like they're going out with a small cluster of Pikachu Militia and a Magnemite Mail Rider. Now, the Magnemite Mail Rider is very well protected. Not very many hit points, but very thicky, and floating. So that's cool. A bunch of attacks. Kind of a scary unit, honestly. Led by a Prophet. Plus is Precision 1, Penetration bonus 1, and Charged Bodies. And they are up against a very small force. Unfortunately, this very small force has 25 shock resistance. So, I don't know that this is going to go very well. And decent protection. So, let's watch this. Speed it up. Alright, so the Mail Rider does come in and hold up this Rhyhorn and this Rhyhorn Commander. But the other two get into the back line of the Pikachus, and they just demolish them almost instantaneously. The Mail Rider is still not dead, but the Rhyhorns don't give a fuck. They're just trampling the Pikachus. So, there's very little that can be done here. And now the Mail Rider gets popped, turns into a Magneton. And this is pretty much done. So, very kind of unfortunate expansion from Vermilion City. That was not a very strong province. Very weak, honestly. To the point to where I'm assuming that this might be more than one bump from Vermilion City. This province looks like it's already been hit before. And that maybe Vermilion City was just like, this should be enough to take it, but it wasn't. That's unfortunate. Alright, we've got 3 battles. Let's check what happened with them. We've got a force heading into Donnermark. This is about 30 Ghastlies. And so we knew the Ponytas were here. They are somewhat dangerous because they do have magic attack, right? The Rattatas are nothing. We knew there were Starmie Riders here, and we've seen the efficacy of Starmie Riders. Very high precision Psy-Wave, which does magic damage. I just didn't think there were this many. To tell you right now, this is not going to be pretty. So let's just watch this. And the Starmie Riders come in range, and they just start to pop. Just wither our forces. Oof. Oof. Oh, we actually did pop one, turn it into a Starmie, but honestly, that doesn't really do much. It's still gonna Psy-Wave us. And we are routed. Let's see what we actually did on that. So we lost 31 units on that fight, including our Prophet. We killed 11. We killed 6 of the Ponytas. We killed 5 of the Rattatas. We killed 1 of the Starmie sisters. Not very good. This province is going to be incredibly difficult for us to do anything against. Okay. We had our god go into Hystria. Let's watch this real quick. Our god with his 6 Gengars versus Snubbles and Shuckles. And a schoolgirl back here, actually. Interesting. So, the skeletons come out. The Gengars come forward. And the Gengars, again, combination of Sleep Aura, Invisibility, Ethereal, invulnerable, and fear. Gengars are kind of scary, honestly. They just are. Some spoopy shit right there. So at this point, we're just summoning skeletons repeatedly into the mix. Just kind of slowly but surely whittle down their forces. And that is Histria. Another province in the bag. Then we attacked we're counterattacking against Cyanwood City, right? So in Dumna, let's take a look at things. All right, so this is a small force, about 30 or so Ghastlies, and I should have remembered, right, that there were Yanmas here, because I had Yanmas here, and we know that Yanmas, they do that big fucking damage to ghosts. So, come forward, and the firefight starts, right? And the Yanmas they actually have the upper hand. Every time they hit, they're going to pop. And it's actually only because we end up running in and meleeing them, because generally speaking, we have multiple melee attacks compared to them, that we actually win there. So we lost about half the forces that we had there. That is very unfortunate. But it is a victory. It is a victory. And then we had an unexpected event in the Sea of Woe. Magical clams were found and harvested for pearls. We've got +7 astral gems. That's our second astral gem income event. That's pretty nice. All right, what are we doing this turn? It doesn't look like we're doing a whole lot, and really we're not doing a whole lot, but a lot of what that is preparation for later. So we are moving our god into Anbast to hopefully defeat these Ictiids. It shouldn't be an issue, but we'll see. We are moving a Kimono Girl and 2 Kimono Girls, right? One from Gol Amrod, one from Ecruteak City. We are going to conjoin forces here in Wesh so that we can aim down here. We are not going to worry about expanding aggressively, but we do want to try to take these provinces if we can, just to establish this border with Viridian City. That's 3 more locations that we could potentially take, so that's kind of the plan. Our expansion to the northwest is kind of stymied by Donnermark. We can't really cross the river very well. Donnermark is kind of a death sentence unless we have probably like 50 plus ghosts that we send in and put on attack closest, that we kind of just rush in and do as much damage as we can. So that's unfortunate. And I think Tricia is the last little province that we might be able to take here, but it's actually kind of fat. So our expansion in the northwest is kind of stymied. We're going to try to establish our expansion down here in the southwest. We could try to expand in the southeast, but we've got Cyanwood City being a punk-ass bitch. So we're going to try to deal with that. How are we doing that? We are sneaking one of our kimono women into Cyanwood City's territory. Now, this is with a stunted army compared to what I would prefer, but we should be able to pick a couple of different provinces apart, and we're going to see how they kind of respond. We are building a fortification here in Wesh, right? That's where the majority of our gold went this turn. Next turn, the plan is hopefully to put a temple here, and then 2 turns later, we will have another location, right? Again, all of this is to make sure that we get as many fortifications up with temples as quickly as possible. That is absolutely the most important thing. As many fortifications up as we can, as quickly as possible. So just to show, right? Just having previously, Gol Amrod was producing basically nothing. And in a single turn, once we had a fort and a temple, it suddenly produced 18 Ghastlies. And that's what every single turn can be. 18 Ghastlies here, 18 Ghastlies here, 18 Ghastlies here, 18 Ghastlies here, right? So we can get to that point to where we're really producing a lot of free spawn units. So that's kind of the game plan. That's the general goal. We are already... So it's turn 9, and we are building another fortification. If things continue to go well, we'll absolutely be able to start, probably not finish, absolutely not finish, but by turn 12, right, we should be able to start our 4th fortification and temple it pretty quickly afterwards. And if we can keep that momentum going, then we absolutely can do something. Part of the problem that we're going to be up against, though, is we are, I guess, going to be harassing Cyanwood City. We're going to see how Cyanwood reacts to this, right? But they do have a Snorlax, and the Snorlax is an incredibly scary opponent to go up against. They have a crazy amount of HP. I'm assuming he probably has some sort of regeneration bless or something like that. They're very, very threatening. To the point to where if he brings the Snorlax in, I'm not sure I can do much to stop it. After we take Anvast, it is possible that I retire my god back to La Hacienda and start researching with it. One of the options that we have as far as dealing with the Snorlax is potentially heading for something like Soul Slay pretty early on, right? That's a decent route for us anyways, via Thaumaturgy to get us more gem purchases, summons, basically, right? Crystal Hunters, etc. Can you get 3 shiny Gengars for 8 death gems? I think that's actually worth it. Like, honestly. Huh. That's pretty interesting. So, we might end up wanting to go Thaumaturgy anyways. So, we're gonna hit Anvast. Hopefully, we're gonna win there. We should win without too much issue. After that, we're probably gonna head back Ecruteak City with our god. We're going to try to establish our borders in the southwest, and then we're going to try to think about how can we actually beat Ecruteak City. So we are recruiting a kimono woman here. Probably what we're going to do for the near future is we're going to create elfing raiding parties to go and harass Cyanwood City down. You can have a crazy awesome Snorlax, but if he can't keep any of his provinces for long enough to do anything, to establish fortifications or to, really produce units, it's not going to matter. So. There is a part of me that wants to immediately steer these forces, right, the Golamrod and Ecruteak City forces, towards Cyanwood City, but I think it might be better for us to establish this southwestern border instead. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not sure. So we'll see. That is going to be it for the turn. We are saving just a little bit of our money. We've got... Oh, the last little thing is we've got a lab here in Second Forest. I'm going to start producing schoolgirls here. Probably on the reg. Just, again, this is just as an aside to get additional research. But also, astral mages are something I can make use of fairly well with a lot of my different units. So they kind of fit into the mold. The other scenario being is they're actually really cheap, upkeep cost of 36. The lowest mage that we really have is an upkeep cost of 44. These honestly, and these are 9 research versus 7 research. Honestly, not that big. So, kind of need the research at this point. if we're going to be in an early war with Cyanwood City and a Snorlax, we're definitely going to need to do that. So priority number 1, right, is still get our fortifications and temples up. Priority number 2 is get into some research that is going to give us answers to either overwhelm Cyanwood City or take care of their Snorlax. And go from there. Okay. So that's going to be it for the turn. I will see you all next time. Bye, everybody.